So, sociopathy is classified under antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. So, under antisocial personality disorder, then there would be the sociopaths and the psychopaths. Collectively, what you can find in the cluster B personality disorders are then ASPD, borderline, BPD, histrionic personality disorder, HPD, and then narcissist. So that would be NPD. So these are not necessarily separate because they all exist on a spectrum. So you could find a narcissist that is sociopathic. So they would call them a malignant narcissist, or that would be the same if you hear me say a narcopath. Think of the cluster B as existing on a spectrum. So they're all empathy impaired, but to different degrees. So at the bottom, meaning they have the least amount of empathy and technically it doesn't exist, would be the psychopaths, then the sociopath, then the narcissist, and then borderlines and histrionics. You can find these personality disorders and a slew of other mental illnesses in the DSM. And the DSM is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. And this then is governed by the APA, which is the American Psychiatric Association. In order for someone to be clinically diagnosed with NPD, then they would have to have 5 or more of the 9 traits that you see listed here. However, understand that anyone that you meet that has 1 or even 2 of these traits is going to be a very toxic person. So do not wait for someone to be diagnosed. People with toxic behavior or abusive behavior should have no space in your life. However, when it comes to people that are highly narcissistic, then they're going to have a pervasive pattern of grandiosity. They're going to have an excessive need for admiration, attention, and validation. And thirdly, they are going to lack empathy. And since the antisocials, so the sociopath and the psychopath are on the same spectrum, then for them it's going to be a pervasive pattern of a disregard and the violation of the rights of others. Pathological narcissism is born out of shame. So you can also use their emotions to identify them. So you always hear me state that pathological narcissists are people that are rooted in their shame and they are unable to move past their pride. So they do not have access to positive emotions such as courage, love, compassion, empathy, etc. So if somebody does not have empathy, which is tied to love and compassion, then they're going to have apathy. So they really do not care. And this is why they're very cold people. They really are stuck in darkness. They are stuck in suffering. And they'll also want you to suffer with them.